Okay, so there's one more scenario that we need to account for. And so let's just do this example. Let's say that I'm adding together 76 meters at an angle of 172 degrees, and I want to add it to 84 meters at an angle of 236 degrees. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and pause this video, make your X and Y chart, make the totals, and then turn the video back on. Okay, so okay, so these are the X and Y components of both of these vectors. This is the total. Let's go ahead and draw this out and see what we get. Okay, so when we have a negative 122 in the X direction, negative in the X direction is actually to the left. So our vector needs to go to the left. In the Y direction, if I have a negative number, that's downward. Okay, so my vectors actually go to the left and down, meaning my resultant starts at the origin and ends no longer in the first quadrant. Okay, so using a squared plus b squared equals c squared, go ahead and try to figure out what is the value of this resultant. Okay, you should get, after you've paused of course, 135.76 meters. Okay, now we need to figure out this angle. Okay, so we're going to use inverse tangent of the absolute value of y over x equals theta. This is where the absolute value sign really becomes important, okay? Because these are negatives, you're going to get different answers. So theta, again, plug in your numbers, try this out, equals 25.8 degrees. The issue comes because of our conventions. We've decided that this direction is 0, this direction's 90, this direction's 180, and this direction's 270. So my angle needs to be somewhere between 180 and 270. It's not. So I have to start at 0. I go 180 degrees, and then I go another 25.8 degrees. So my actual angle is 205.8 degrees, meaning my final answer is 135.76 meters at 205.8 degrees. Okay, now each of these quadrants has something specific that you need to do. Okay, in the first quadrant, we don't actually have to do anything. Okay, just like the first example, we don't have to do anything if when we draw it, our vector's in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, okay, the angle you get is this angle right here, but I want this angle right here. So I'm going to do 180 minus my angle. The third quadrant we just saw is 180 plus the angle. Okay. Fourth quadrant, I get this angle right here, but I want the entire thing minus that. So I'm going to do 360 minus theta. Okay. This is something that I expect you to be able to do. It will not be on your quiz, okay? Meaning that I'm not going to give you how to do it on your quiz. You're going to have to know it on your own, okay? So you're going to have to know to do nothing, to do 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, 360 minus theta. It will not be on the top next to equations, okay? So you need to know this on your own.